What's up, Illinois fans? It's your boy Rovon here, and I'm here at Illini Fight, and I'm recapping last night's game between Illinois and Alabama. As you all know, Illinois lost 90-86 to Alabama. It was a great game, and for those who wasn't in the building, the atmosphere was electric. I mean, that place was buzzing. It was like an orange out. It was at the United Center, the biggest stadium in the league, and they packed that thing out. It was it wasn't like sold out to capacity, but most of the seats and most of the sections were filled, except for like the nosebleed seats. But it was electric. It was a great game. It was a highly played game. Illinois came out in the first half, and it looked like they had plenty of chances to take control of the game. They were moving the ball around. They had Merck going early. Stojakovic was going early. And they was looking good. They was knocking down a couple threes. They was getting to the glass. They was creating fouls. They got Alabama in foul trouble real early. But one thing that was going on in the first half is Alabama just was able to stick around, and they kept hitting threes. I don't know what's going on right here. They kept hitting threes just to keep them in the game, and a lot of loose balls and live ball turnovers was hurting Illinois real early. They didn't take advantage of their size, mostly in the second half. And I think a lot of it had to do with trying to integrate new players in too. More so Big T in the first half, and at the end of the first half they tried to put Stojakovic in there, but it was only because Kylan was in foul trouble. And I think that they just wasn't connecting as much. And they, like I said, the little silly loose ball or the live ball turnovers early was able to keep Alabama in it in the first half. And then once we got to the second half, they even got more aggressive with the defense, and they really turned Illinois into a like one-on-one type team. And it really set up for Andre and Kylan to get downhill and to be like the only ones to initiate some offense. So very good game. And also Illinois got out rebounded in the second half by Alabama, which I thought would be a big a reason why they won the game was the size and the rebounding, but they only won the rebounding battle by two, 40-38. And like I said, they got out rebounded by Alabama in the second half. Something that I didn't think was gonna happen, which got to do with the rebound, is Alabama used their speed to out rebound Illinois because the balls was going up. Alabama was shooting a lot of threes, and Illinois was getting to the loose balls in the first half a little bit, but in the second half, Alabama's speed was just too much. They was real aggressive getting to the loose balls. They was just a step ahead of Illinois, and once they got the ball, they kept pushing their tempo. That's one thing you saw. Alabama, every time they got the ball, they was whoosh, 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 like just getting the ball up the court. And what that was creating was they would be able to hunt mismatches with the big men. Big Z, and they was kind of getting Merck out in space. But even when they was getting matched up on the guards, they was blowing past them. Like, it was hard to keep them guards in front of you, especially Phylon, especially at the end when he went off and scored 19 straight points. And it was turning into an ISO ball game. Alabama, they was getting their guards downhill against the Illinois bigs, and they was forcing Illinois to go a little bit more one-on-one than I think that they wanted to. Obviously, because Illinois like to start off with the booty ball thing, but they like to get the ball moving. The ball wasn't moving as much as it was in the first half. It was just sticking to one man, and I think that had to do with Alabama's defensive strategy, and they just was executing. And those boys was flying around the ball. They didn't have a problem with switching, which I thought would be a problem for them. Illinois wasn't able to. They was also making them play more outside than inside. They was keeping the ball on the perimeter, and it wasn't really moving around the perimeter. It was more so like Illinois was passing the ball to a guy, and then he was looking for the screen, and then they were switching, so they didn't have the advantage. So basically, Illinois was just throwing the ball around the perimeter, and at the end of the shot clock, it was Andre and Kylan just trying to make a play, and that's not good offense. And the more physical it got in the second half, Illinois was not getting the calls that they were getting in the first half. And even when they were getting the calls, as we all know, they went to the free throw line, and that's somebody else's stat. What was theirs? I don't got the numbers down, but everybody know they was missing free throws. We saw it every time they got close. They was missing a free throw. Anytime they got down within, when they cut the lead down to 3, they would miss a free throw. When they was able to cut the lead down to 2, they would miss a free throw. So free throws really killed Illinois, and also the rebound. They didn't have as much advantage on the glass as I thought they would. And the freshmen played like freshmen for the first time this year. David Merkovich, he missed his last 9 shots after getting off and had a double-double in the first half. Keaton Wagler, he wasn't as aggressive as he could have been. Like I said, his game is more set up for playing off the ball or other people. Not being able to take the ball and make some plays one-on-one. That's not his game yet. That's not his strength. And I think Alabama did a good job of taking Illinois out their sets and really, like I say, forcing them to play one-on-one ball. So that was pretty good for them. Also, but the best thing about Petrovic coming back is it's going to be able to cut down on Keaton's and Kylan's minutes too, so that they won't be out there getting exhausted. Because once again, Keaton led the team with 36 minutes. So that's a lot of minutes playing for a freshman. And I think he only had 1 turnover. It ain't like he was out there really turning the ball over. We were turning the ball over in the first half, but it wasn't like it kind of got into a theme like it was last year, how teams beat us, where if you was more physical up top with KJ and able to disrupt the offense, then you was kind of able to beat Illinois, and also the rebound thing. But Brad did say this, that the team has to learn how not to lose. You know, it's a difference between learning how to win and learning how not to lose. Like the Chicago Bears right now, they're learning how to win. Or AKA, they're really kind of learning how not to lose, which is the first step to learning how to win. But I will say this, Illinois really didn't scare me. Like I said, the live ball turnovers was kind of too reminiscent of last year. But I don't think that's going to be every team. And just like Texas Tech had JT Toppin, where you're not really going to have to go against that again in the Big Ten Conference, I don't think you're going to see a trio of guards as good as Alabama's in the Big Ten Conference, where they're going to be constantly able to take your guards and put them in a bind like they did this game. Hopefully not. It's not going to be too many teams that can follow that Alabama blueprint of shoot a lot of threes and be able to force the tempo and force Illinois into one-on-one like that. I also think that that's what teams will try to do, but not, like I said, not too many teams will have that personnel. If you're liking this, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe button. It's for free, man. It don't take nothing to subscribe. Just subscribe to this channel, man. Let me get this thing going off the ground. Do I got anything else? I think overall, like I said, it was a good game. It was a high-level game. We played 2 freebies. I ain't going to say freebies, but we have 2 tune-ups to go before we play UConn, and then we play Tennessee right after that. So we got 2 big tests coming up. Hopefully, I think that, like I said, I was talking about integrating the players in there. Hopefully, by the time we play UConn, Big T will be integrated back into the offense and also the defense, and also Petrovic will be more integrated into the offense. He didn't have a bad debut, actually. He did finish with 5 assists, but you could tell he was just more so out there to pass the ball, to keep the ball moving, more so than being aggressive. He did hit that 1-3. It was kind of like he was just dribbling, and then it wasn't nothing for him to do. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to shoot. So he did that, and other than that, he wasn't really trying to get too aggressive with his offense. And he also was kind of a mismatch on defense, but I think they're going to figure that out coming up with these next 2 games. But I'm still not too down on Illini. As a matter of fact, I feel just as good as I felt going into the game. I still think we're a Final Four team. I actually think we will be able to compete for a national championship. All we got to do is clean up a few things, get healthy, and I don't think that free throw thing is going to be a thing going forward. Hopefully not. But that's all I got for now. Illinois played good. They didn't play good enough to win, and they still only lost by 4 points, still being somewhat shorthanded. It's your boy, Rovon Hill. Illini Fight. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. It's your boy. I'm out.